There's only one Disney song that you are definitely not allowed to play at a Disney park. They've taken steps to ban it from not only their US parks, but they've denied copyrights to Tokyo Disneyland in order to stop them from playing this favorite song of Walt Disney himself. Zip-a-dee-doo-dah has been played at a Disney park very recently. Let's find out how on That Park Place. Hello, I am Jonas J. Campbell, and I just got to say, it's the truth. It's actual. Everything is satisfactual because Vash Sky is here. Vash, how are you doing, man?
I am doing just fine, Bluebird, on my shoulder right there. I am very surprised that this actually happened here, Jonas. Wasn't expecting it, and I'm so glad it did. But unfortunately, it might not happen again here. We'll see. We'll see.
Please take it away to find out how this greatest of all protest songs got played at a Disney park here. Did someone sneak in and switch the tracks on a sound system or something?
No. Doesn't I don't think that's how that happened here. It looks like there was a band that played from a nearby school, it looks like. And, well, they had it in their set list. I don't even know how this happened. We'll go into it a little bit more as to why I'm saying that. But here you go, right here.
I love it. I love it.
In front of the Hall of Presidents at Magic Kingdom, one of the most attended theme parks in the world. This band right here that had performed in this park, well, they played it. They got through it, and this has been something that's been controversial before, not just with bands performing these type of songs like from obviously the now replaced Splash Mountain, but bands in prior, which we'll get into.
Oh yeah, well, I just want to point out this wonderful scene right here. First of all, they are in they're in front of the Hall of Presidents. So for those of you who don't speak East Coast here, the Hall of Presidents is in Liberty Square, which is the area that houses also the Haunted Mansion. The Hall of Presidents is also a ride that has not received as much love as it probably should have since, I want to say, around 2016, maybe even before. You can guess why that might be. But this just little piece of Americana. You can see the little puff of smoke right there. Is that the riverboat over there, puffing smoke into the sky? Yep. The American flag waving. I almost wish that the color guard here also had American flags waving. That would be even more choice here. But you have essentially this piece of Americana and this wonderful moment where these people actually hear this great song that the Walt Disney Company refuses to play in the parks that they have control of because of its association, of course, with Song of the South and Uncle Remus and Brer Rabbit, and of course, the first Black actor to receive an Academy Award, Mr. James Baskett. I love it, and I love that it is. There's part of me that hopes it was innocent, but there's another part of me that hopes that the band director knew exactly what was going on here. But maybe this is niche, and we're the only people that are aware that this song is no longer allowed in the parks.
I would hope that's not the case, because Disney has made quite the statement by removing it almost everywhere that they possibly can. Maybe, it depends really on whether or not the average guest notices or not. I would think that they would notice this, but who knows? This looks to be being performed by the Lake Cormorant High School Marching Band right here.
Marching Band, yep.
Which is pretty awesome right there. So credit to you guys for actually doing that. Now, it's interesting because Disney has had a history of these marching bands not necessarily reflecting company values, as what happened with this Texas high school band who received backlash for routine at a Florida park. Disney's changes policy after schools Native Americans chant at the Magic Kingdom. Apparently, as part of the legacy of this school right here, or the traditions of this school that performed here, I believe, let me go ahead and get the date. Yes, 2022, March 18th is when this actually happened. And they performed, I guess, some some high school flair that necessarily the Disney company didn't agree with. And you can actually see this statement right here. We regret this performance took place as it did not reflect the audition tape that was submitted. We have immediately put measures in place to ensure performances reflect the auditions. So I would have thought, okay, well, apparently they're changing up how they do this, how they conduct themselves going forward. Maybe it's going to actually prevent some of these non-sanctioned performances from actually occurring. But as you can see right here, well, maybe Disney needs to change their practices or policies again, assuming that they didn't necessarily like this performance. Which, how could you not? This is great. This is fantastic. This is awesome.
Yeah, the thing that I wonder is there's two things that I wonder here now at this point is, was the person who watches the auditions, maybe they were not aware that zip-a-dee-doo-dah is no longer allowed in the parks,
Oh, that's a
because
fair point.
it's truly been taken out of everywhere, and the fact that they've pulled back the rights in Tokyo Disneyland. For those of you who are not aware of this, Tokyo Disneyland still has Splash Mountain. They have refused to take it down. They've been offered Tiana's Bayou Adventure, and that is the Oriental Land Company that has they only make good financial decisions for their park. They are very careful to only make good financial decisions for their park. So they would rather Disney test it out, and then maybe they will get it later, because they want that park to run in pristine condition. Also, the Disney company has told the Oriental Land Company that their name is offensive. The Oriental Land Company that is owned by Japanese people is offensive to Japanese people. So, it's this typical kind of thing where you have one company dictating to another from a very California worldview.
Yes.
So they've repealed the rights to zip-a-dee-doo-dah, so they're no longer allowed to play it in the parks. I don't know if there are still some remnants of that contract existing there. I think it's ridiculous. I think that it's in violation of the spirit of the agreement that the Disney company made with the Oriental Land Company so long ago.
Well, Disney has also prevented Oriental Land Company from using the bre'r characters on parade floats and entertainment performances, for example. They've removed bre'r Rabbit and bre'r Fox and bre'r Bear iconography and characters from the parks in totality. Any statue that featured bre'r Bear or anything like that, got to remove them as well. Catino, remember, it used to be the Laughing Place Ranch. That has been removed and subsequently replaced right there. By the way, shout out to Showcase of Wishes for sharing this video on Twitter right there. That is absolutely phenomenal stuff, good sir. Thank you so much for that. But it's quite fascinating what the company deems okay when it comes to Song of the South and what they don't, right? Because sometimes you'll hear like the Laughing Place be performed on, I don't know, they'll play it on the ferries and so forth, some of the watercraft out there in Walt Disney World. You hear it in some loops sometimes, but for the most part, I mean, if you get anywhere close to Song of the South, they'll just they'll knock those they will sideline those things, even from other companies who might want to use that iconography. In the case of Oriental Land Company, it is remarkable the lengths at which they've gone to remove this from their history.
Yeah, I think the most likely explanation for that is just like we saw when all those 100-year banners went up all over the parks, and they had misspellings and incorrect dates, and they put movies versus rides in the wrong locations and things like that. They thought that Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs came out in 1939, according to those flags, a foundational moment for Walt Disney feature animation, and they got it off by 2 years. Let's just think about that for a moment. So I have to think that these are people that have been told that zip-a-dee-doo-dah is a problem. By the way, you can't watch Song of the South, so most people are aware of zip-a-dee-doo-dah, don't even know what Song of the South is. I could read every single lyric of this song right now, and it barely has anything to do with Song of the South, other than the fact that that's where it originated. I have to think that Laughing Place is saved because of lack of familiarity with the history of the company by the people who are approving these things, because they could hear it and they go, I don't know what that is. Maybe that's from the Black Cauldron. I don't know. I but
It's a fair
what
point.
we want to do here is is wish a my oh my, what a wonderful day and plenty of sunshine heading your way to our viewers here on That Park Place. Of course, like this video if you're into the actual satisfactual truth. Drop us a comment telling us what song you would sing as a protest to the current Walt Disney Company, and consider subscribing to That Park Place for all the news that should be fun.
Thanks for watching That Park Place News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.